Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am W2Best and I make videos about tech, travel and inspiration. If you are new around here, please make sure to subscribe to my channel so you can get all of my content going forward. Today we are doing a side-by-side comparison of the Dell XPS 15 to the Dell Inspiron 15 7000. But first, a few words from the sponsor of this video. If you just bought a new PC from Dell or any other manufacturer, you can be sure that it comes with a lot of bloatware that slows your computer down to make it worse than it's actually supposed to be. A rock-solid solution to fix that problem is to make a clean install of Windows. LevelQ.com has sponsored this video and they offer you 20% off on all their Windows 10 licenses and all the other products they have available on the site. Just copy the code from the description below and paste it at the checkout to receive 20% off. Let's get into the comparison. Just to clarify, we are comparing my Dell Inspiron 15 7000 with a former generation Dell XPS 15, which is the 4K model, the glossy touchscreen model that has the webcam below the screen, so not the new 7590 that has the webcam above the screen. So we're not 100% fair on the comparison here, but that was the one I had available, so that's the one we have to go with. Just from holding the computers, one in each hand, I would definitely say that the Inspiron is noticeably lighter. You feel it straight away when you pick it up. I want the lightest available, so therefore I prefer the Inspiron, that is the lighter of the two. What I would say about the weight is that you get a bit more of a quality feel from the XPS. It's a bit more metallic feeling, especially to the outsides. As you probably know, it has the carbon fiber on the inside, but on the outside it's definitely a bit more high quality metal feel to it. When you look at the computers side by side, as you can see here, they have almost exactly the same measurements, both on the width, on the length, and on the depth. One thing that sometimes is overlooked when you compare this computer is the I/O. You might think that it's exactly the same I/O, but it actually differs slightly. On the left hand side, on the Dell XPS 15, you have the regular barrel power plug, you have an HDMI connector, you have one USB-A port headphone jack, and then the USB-C Thunderbolt port. Then on the left hand side, you have an extra USB-A port, and then you have your full-size SD card reader. On the Inspiron 15 7000, you have almost the same setup, except that on the left-hand side, you get the barrel connector, HDMI, two USB-A ports, and then the USB-C Thunderbolt port. On the right-hand side, you have the headphone microphone jack, you have another USB-A port, and then you have the micro SD card reader instead of the full-size SD card reader. Many people often want to know whether you can open a computer with one hand or even just by placing one thumb and lifting the screen up with just the thumb. This is very possible with the Dell Inspiron 15 7000, but with the Dell XPS 15, the hinges are definitely too stiff and you're not going to be able to open it with one hand. I even tried to open it with kind of all my fingers and trying to wiggle one finger in to try to get it open with one hand, but it's not going to happen. The hinge is too stiff for that. Two of the things that differ between the Inspiron and the XPS is the keyboard and the trackpad. The keyboard is different in the Inspiron given that it has, from what I say, a little bit more travel than on the XPS. It also has the numerical keyboard, but it has a little bit more flex than the XPS keyboard. Especially in the middle, the Inspiron keyboard got some flex to it, when the XPS keyboard has almost no flex at all from what I can feel when typing on it. The same goes for the trackpad. The trackpad is slightly better on the XPS 15, both that it doesn't really flex much when you press down the hard click buttons, and also it's a bit smoother to the touch and a bit more like the Macintosh computers than your average PC computer would be. Both the XPS 15 and the Inspiron 15 offer you a barrel charger, The Dell XPS 15 comes with a slightly smaller charger, but it's similar weight. You can charge the XPS 15 with the Inspiron charger, and you can charge the Inspiron with the XPS charger. So if you want to order the other one to have an extra, you can definitely get the model that is actually meant for the other computer model. Also, both computers are enabled for USB-C charging. When I made USB-C charging tests with my Inspiron, I needed to get above 65 watts to be able to run the computer while charging. The XPS seems to be taking charge even though it's running with a slower charger. However, I haven't done any extensive charging tests, so I would assume that it's similar and that it needs about 65 watts charging to be able to charge while you're using it. As I have mentioned in previous videos, I've had trouble when I try to use Thunderbolt on the Inspiron 15, hooking it up to an Apple Thunderbolt monitor. As you can see here with the Dell XPS 15, that connection with the adapter works flawlessly, and you see my colleague working on his setup right here. But when I plug it into the Inspiron 15 and try to get connection to the monitor, it won't fire up and I can't get it to work with that monitor. Since we got the Inspiron 15 with a full HD matte screen and the XPS 15 with a 4K touch screen that is glossy, it's not a fair comparison between XPS screen and Inspiron screen, but rather a comparison of how it looks when you have a matte screen versus a glossy screen. You can see there is a huge difference here when I put the computers up side by side, and that the glossy screen is really reflective and also picks up quite a bit more fingerprints. At the same time, you can also see that the palm rests are different, and the palm rest of the XPS does get smudgy in a way that the Dell Inspiron palm rest will not be. There are a few differences between the computers that are only on the inside and that are not visible in a side-by-side comparison like this one. The main one, I would say, is that the Inspiron 15 comes with an extra SSD slot. So you can put an extra storage SSD in it, even with the 97 watt-hour battery that lasts for a very long time. If you order the Dell XPS 15 with a smaller battery, you can put an HDD or SSD in there. But if you order it with a big 97 watt-hour battery, you are limited to the one SSD that gets delivered with the computer. The RAM configurations also differ ever so slightly. The Dell XPS 15 usually comes with 2 RAM sticks, which means that it runs your RAM in dual channel. Whereas the Inspiron 15 comes with a single RAM stick, so it's running in single channel, but you can easily upgrade it without replacing both of your memory sticks. You just buy one with the same size and the same frequency/speed. I have been using these computers hands-on for a longer time, although I did send my XPS 15 back because of some issues with the screen. This was a few years back, but I still do have the hands-on experience with XPS 15 as well as Inspiron 15. And I would say that the Inspiron 15 beats the XPS on most of the points, except probably when it comes to the overall build quality and feel of it. You have a slightly nicer metal feel to the outer parts of the chassis, as well as a little less flex in the keyboard area. Regardless of which computer you get, you're most likely gonna be very happy with your purchase. Just make sure, whichever one of these computers you get, check it for quality control issues when it arrives. Dell has some big issues with quality controlling their products, so you need to make sure that you don't have any issues, any hard edges, any dead pixels, or anything else that is crazy and wrong when your computer arrives. As long as you get a good example, you're probably gonna be very happy with the computer, whichever model you buy. My choice is and have been the Dell Inspiron 15 7000, but here I tried to cover as much as possible the similarities and the differences of the two computers so that you can get a better idea of which one to pick. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any further questions, please ask them in the comments. Leave the video a like if you liked it and subscribe if you want more content like this stuff. Have a very nice day and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.